I also very distinctly remember wearing a black shirt, a red and black plaid skirt, and fishnet stockings to Sunday morning service.
Oh my God.
I've always been like this.
Were you trying to get dick at Sunday school?
Girl, oh my God. No, I was like 10. Stop.
Hello.
Hi.
We're back.
Back and better than ever.
Well, one of us.
Yeah.
One of us is better
Nobody
than
comes through unscathed. It's fine.
Well, I did.
That's
okay.
You had your Saturday incident, so no, you didn't come through unscathed.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. So, for those of you who listen to the content that we put out, the most recent episode, we recorded that on Saturday, and we had been day drinking. I think me more heavily than Carolyn. I don't remember.
No. Here's the thing, Max. We drank the same amount because we took turns buying. I drank water.
Oh, right.
That's the difference.
Yeah, I went to college. I'm not stupid, but I am a dumbass, and I almost never drink water
liberal
when
arts
I
degrees.
drink alcohol. Yeah, liberal arts degrees. You can't apply that to drinking.
They don't teach you about hydration there.
Anyway,
okay,
so I got
now
nighttime hungover, and then passed out at like 9:30, and then woke up at like 10 with a hangover.
No,
my God, it was awful.
like you were asleep for like an hour and a half. So that was fun.
So
so yeah, okay. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about All-Star 7.
All-Star 7!
Which
All winners.
came up quick as fuck, and they released 2 long as fuck episodes at midnight on Thursday because apparently nobody works.
I had to stay off of social media all day on Friday because I couldn't watch it at midnight because I opened on Friday, so I had to go to bed like somewhat early.
Yeah.
And
I'm not staying up till midnight. Are you kidding me?
No, because then not only is it the 2-hour-long episodes, but then there's like an hour of Untucked. And if you're really dedicated, there's Pit Stop as well. And I was like, fuck that. I'll just stay off social media, I guess. And I literally, it was so hard. I'm addicted. But I managed.
So,
I got through.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and put a blanket spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 7 or you don't want All-Star 7 or if you don't want to know what happens. But since it's not a spoiler anymore, we can say that the way it works is that nobody gets eliminated and you get badges again. Poor Vivian. And
I want to apologize to that girl that was sitting beside us at the All-Star 7 panel at DragCon because she was super nice, but she asked me, she was like, wait, so are they going home? I thought it was a point system. And me, I guess because I'm a man, even though I didn't actually know for sure, I was like, oh yeah, no, they go home. So if you're listening, girly, I'm sorry to lie to you. I didn't know.
She was really nice. She also gave me a piece of candy, which was
Penis
so nice
chocolate.
of her. But in retrospect, like I totally took candy from a stranger.
She was nice.
Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah. So
also, is this normal? Anyone who listens who lives in LA, is it normal for people to just like start talking to you like strangers? Because we don't fucking do that in Seattle.
They don't even do that in the South like that. Like the person we ran. No, we were just behind somebody on an escalator, and she turns around. She goes, "I got this drink because somebody else told me to, but I really don't like it. So much for being yourself." Girl, what?
It's like, girly, wrong audience. I don't give a shit.
Anyway, we got to get going because we have lots of episodes.
Oh my God, we have
about.
so many. We have so much stuff to talk about. I first want to say though, I am so obsessed with this season already, and I think everybody else is too. Like, it's just, and they talked about this when we saw the All-Star 7 panel, but like all the girls, they already know each other. They already have relationships and respect for each other. So it's like they're all just there having fun, and no one's going home, so no one's taking anything personally. So it's like I don't want to say it's low stakes because there's 200 grand on the line, but like compared to other seasons as far as drama goes, I'm just happy to see all these like fucking legends, these powerhouses, just like vibe with each other. So lit.
So what we're gonna do is do episode 1 all the way through and episode 2 all the way through, and we're doing it by order of who walked in the workroom first, and we'll go through all of their looks. Some of these girls had 4 looks just in the first episode. And some of them we're not going to talk about because they were just sitting in the, anyway. And then we'll do the same for episode 2, okay? Right?
Sounds good. Let's
trying to get this going because we're not known for keeping it short.
Yeah.
As amateur professional journalists. Okay. So they started out with the one, the only winner of both season 9 and All Stars 5. Yes, I said what I said.
Shea Coulee.
Shea Coulee. Walks in the workroom with all orange, power shoulders, slicked back hair with like lighter orange ribbon effect, and these like slip-on kitten heels. Looking beautiful, of course. What else can be said? A legend in her own right.
I don't want to disrespect the other girls, and I know that everyone is excited to have Raja on this season, myself included. However, this is going to be Shea's season, at least as far as looks go, because she is such a fucking strong look queen. Like, first of all, I've never seen her in a bad outfit, first. Second, this is just going to be, like, she's got even more money than All Stars 5. She's got even more notoriety. She's got even more connections. It's like I have turned into an overnight Shea stan. I never wasn't a Shea stan, but I'm like aggressively a Shea stan now.
Yes. The difference that having money and no luggage limits makes, because on normal seasons, in normal All-Star seasons, they're allowed to have like 5 suitcases or something.
Did they not have luggage limits this time?
No.
Oh, work.
And okay, so next you may or may not have noticed that the sound quality in this, what's the song called? Legendary? Fucking terrible.
Legends.
No idea what the girls were saying except for what the subtitles said. I don't know why they make it so hard to hear any vocals in these songs. It's terrible. And I say this as somebody who's only experience with sound mixing is like turning one mic on and one mic off at the time. Anyway,
I'll be honest.
I also
didn't really
don't like
live
her
for the song though.
No, it wasn't good.
I wasn't crazy
also terrible
about it.
Sound mixing. Not fun to listen to, but whatever. This outfit was certainly
probably
an
the
outfit,
worst look of
but
the
I'm
episode.
happy to move on. Yeah. But she makes up for it because she comes down the runway. The runway theme is I'm crowning, which
my fucking god.
She goes down the runway.
Oh my god, this look.
Haute couture. Literally haute couture. And crown made of braids and these like prosthetic stretched ears with jade plugs. I mean, it's insane. I don't even know what to say. I had a lump in my throat, felt sick to my stomach. It was so perfect.
On Pit Stop, it was Bob and Nicole Byer, and they said, if there's one thing that Shea Coulee is going to do, she's going to bring black to the runway. Like, she's going to do black beautifully and loudly. And it's like, oh my fucking god. It's just so, it's everything. This is like, I know we haven't even gotten to the other looks yet, but this is hands down my favorite look so far that I've seen for the season. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is insane. Fuck.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. I also love the ear prosthetics. More people should do that. And then since she was one of the 2 top All-Stars of the week, she lip-synced for, well, they both get badges if they're the top 2 All-Stars, and then they lip-sync, and whoever lip-syncs gets $10,000 or something, and then gets to block another girl. So Shea and, spoiler alert, Monet are the 2 that lip-syncs, and Shea puts on this like teal iridescent scallop. I don't even know what to call it. It's like strapless. It's really beautiful. She's got a little pussycat wig on.
The fact that this was
And I
just her
loved it.
lip sync look also. Because normally
I
they
know.
change into something that's
Yeah.
like fierce, but it's usually more simple. It's like a bodysuit or something like that that they can move in. This is still like couture, and this is her lip sync
Yeah.
look. What the fuck?
So Trinity
love
the
her.
Tuck to Taylor to tweeted that like they didn't even know the setup when they came in, so like they didn't know they were gonna be expected to change for lip syncs and everything. That'll be an interesting trend to watch out for, because that looks like something she was prepared to lip sync in, and same with Monet, but like we shall see. Okay, so Shea
Real
Coulee,
quick, what did
to
you think of the
fuck
lip
boots.
sync?
What?
The fucking song.
I love everything about that. They did
So did I.
Ella Fitzgerald's rendition of Old MacDonald Has a Farm.
It's just, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love it when they, just fucking stomp around to like Dua Lipa or whatever. Like, I live for that for sure. But like, I guess it's like an element of camp, but then also just an element of like higher drag too. I don't know. I'm obsessed with this season.
And
I loved the song choice. I loved the lip sync. It's perfect.
Well, and just like classic drag, like the classic, because it also reminds me of when they did what All Stars 4 or whatever, when they did Come Rain or Come Shine, Judy Garland.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like ridiculous, but it's like classic old school drag.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I hope they do more shit like this, especially since like, yes, the stakes are $10,000, but like the stakes aren't you have to lip sync for your life, you know?
Yeah. Which I love.
Okay.
I feel like the queens always do better lip syncs when it's not like if it's a lip sync for your legacy, like the All Stars lip syncs. I feel like they usually do better when there's not a threat of like going home.
Yeah. Okay, so next in the workroom we have winner of season 12, Zoom winner Jada Essence Hall.
Not Zoom winner.
I am obsessed with her. I kind of forgot how much I loved her. She is so
Same.
funny. She is so beautiful. We'll get to her Snatch game later because that was everything I needed.
Oh my god.
But I don't know, she's so cute. She came in with this like red and white leather motorcycle outfit thing, like bomber jacket, and I think white pumps, sign of a true whore. Is that what I'm seeing?
It is what you're seeing.
I love Jada. What are your thoughts?
I love her too. I remember the first half of season 12, I wasn't fully living for her. I think it wasn't until look over there. I think that's when I was really like, okay, this bitch is really funny.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I was totally happy with her winning. I'm super happy to see her back, especially because she is the only queen that didn't like her. Not only did she win over Zoom, she couldn't even really do that much during her reign because of COVID. And I think that's what she started crying about in the workroom later in the episode.
Yeah.
But.
As you know, I don't do secondhand emotions well, so I did skip through that, but I got the gist.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was also like she won during the height of COVID and also Black Lives Matter, and especially with like Gigi being her like best competition and Gigi being like, I don't know, I don't really like to get into politics and like weird COVID opinions. I'm like, I'm so glad it was Jada and not Gigi.
Did Gigi have weird COVID opinions? I didn't hear about that.
Let me not even talk about it because I do not remember, but I do remember her being like outwardly apolitical when asked about Black Lives Matter. So that was weird.
Yeah, that's not good.
So yeah, Stan Jada. Okay. In her lip sync verse, I don't have thoughts about this outfit. It's like a blue leotard corset with thigh high blue. Is it? I think it's blue boots, not blue socks. But yeah, she looks pretty.
I also don't really have
Don't know
thoughts
what she
about this
said in her
outfit.
verse.
I love the hair. I think the hair goes well with the outfit.
really
And I
cute.
mean, also, it is giving Vegas showgirl a little bit. Not like traditional Vegas with like the boas and the feathers and all that, but it's like I feel like this is something she'd wear to her residency. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then on the runway for the crown, I'm crowning runway. She has this really pretty like blue dress with I need to read more fashion editorials because I never have any idea how to describe these. It's a pretty blue dress. But you know what I loved about this outfit is that her like big beehive was huge,
Mhm.
and then the crown was teeny tiny at the top, but it was like the hair was the crown.
Yeah, I loved the hair. I do have thoughts on the dress though. Lem- um like it's pretty, but it feels it kind of feels unfinished. Like I don't know why they didn't take this, what is this, satin for the skirt. I don't know why they didn't take that and cover
Yeah.
up the bodice, because it looks just like a basic like skeleton, or like, it's
Yeah,
structural,
it almost
and it
looks
doesn't
like the
really mesh
bones.
with the rest of the
Like,
dress.
yeah.
But if they had just carried that satin like up over the bones, it would be phenomenal. I don't know why they didn't.
True that.
Anyway.
Yeah. Overall too, because I love Jada.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Next is Evie Oddly wearing construction
I
paper.
forgot how much I loved her also.
I like her drag. Sometimes. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know.
She's a
I
very
think
good
she's
drag
fun.
queen, but sometimes
Yeah.
I don't agree with her choices, but she's cool. Who cares? So I did actually really like her workroom entrance look. It was like a trench coat, but with like spikes and buckles and hardware and shit, and it was blue and yellow. But then her hair is just like
The hair.
straight up with these little yellow appliques on it, but then it keeps flopping over. And Jada comments.
Well, she came in and she was like, I'm gonna be the queen of chaos, and her hair's like flopping all over the place. And like, I think on pit stop they were like, she shouldn't have done that hair or something like that. But I'm like, she's branding as the queen of chaos. I think it absolutely fits that it's not staying put.
This was the controversy. Controversy after she won, though, when she went to DragCon and basically wore like a t-shirt dress that just said "This is high fashion," with like a tag on the back that said $500 or like $5,000, which like totally her drag, whatever. But then people were like, "Oh, she doesn't care," like, and I can kind of see
Zero
that. Like,
glamour.
you want to see your drag winner, you want to see like the costume and the outfit, whatever. I wasn't around during this debate. This is just in my research, my
maybe that's what Gia meant. Maybe she was just like
research.
subtweeting Evie like really late,
like years late.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with that reputation, I feel like she has tuned up that portrayal a little bit, made it at least less performance art-ish.
I think it'll also be nice
them's my thoughts.
to see her like really thrive and not like just always be fighting with Silky and Vanjie. Because don't get me wrong, I loved the drama. It was so funny, but like I'm happy to see her happy and not like constantly ostracized.
She said at one point, she was like, "Yeah, the challenge I won during my season was Untucked."
Yeah, yeah, which is true. I mean, some of the most iconic fights in Untucked. Like, do you remember? I think it was the 3-way fight between Evie and Vanjie and Silky, and then the camera pans over to Brooklyn, who's like slumped on the couch.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, that's them's classics. Classics drags. But we love a self-aware queen. Okay, we gotta get going.
Yeah, I know.
So then she wears a horrible wig and a horrible jumpsuit on the runway. But her verse was funny, I guess. I know what she said because I had subtitles on again. Why is sound mixing so terrible? But I do not live for this
fucking wig. This fucking wig, though. I have a $25 hard front wig from Amazon that looks better than this. But I think she was doing it intentionally because that's her drag. But it's like,
I guess.
Oh, it's just so plastic.
Yeah. So for her runway, I loved this. This was my favorite concept for the runway. It was hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
She said, "I'm crayonning."
Well, because you know that controversy of like people who say crayons like crowns. I think it might be bigger in the South. I'm not sure, but
yes, that's what yes.
I'm aware. Yeah. It's just so smart.
I know, it was genius. I love it. It reminds me of remember in high school there was those things. I definitely made a couple. You would like cut out a shape and then you would melt all the different colored crayons down, and then
with a hairdryer or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Not only was the concept genius,
very hip,
but like this is chic too. Like this looks good. Not that I expected it to look bad, but like it works on several levels.
It looks good. Yeah. Yeah. No.
And the shoes, the fucking shoes.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know if you've ever tried to walk in a pair of shoes like that, but like
no.
The fact that her and I think didn't like the Vivian wear some shoes like that later. I mean, the fact that they can even walk a runway in those is insane.
I did go to college with a girl who had several pairs of shoes like that. She was like, she would do a lot of cosplays and stuff, and she like, yeah, no, like multiple pairs of, what do you even call those? Like heels without heels, you know, but they're not platforms. Fucking mad props to y'all who can walk in those. I don't fucking get it.
Yes, very cool. I'm not gonna boot anybody, but this is my lightest toot.
I'm gonna boot one thing, and it's Shay's nude illusion, because it was not a nude illusion. But
if you think of it as not a nude illusion, it's fine. Okay, next in the work crew, you might have to boot something else. We have Trinity the Tuck Taylor wearing whatever in the goddamn fuck this is. There's like leather straps. There's a leather jacket with exposed hardware. There's a showgirl fascinator. There's a feather skirt, and there's a tiny feather purse. Did I get everything?
I am gonna boot this one. It's a mess. Like there was potential there, and I love the like feather skirt. It's evocative of a certain period, but I don't know what that period is. But like, you know, it's kind of more of a classic look. But the way that it's like accented,
I would love to know what period.
The color scheme, and it's messy.
Yeah, I would love to see some of the inspirations for this look. I don't live. However,
yeah,
her verse, she came and ate all these other girls up for no reason. She looked so beautiful doing her lip sync verse in this blonde wig.
Oh my god.
I was like,
she
why?
Looks so fucking hot. Like, I think that might be the best look from this performance. Like, she just looked so goddamn hot. Fuck.
Yeah, everybody else's outfits in the video, in my opinion, were questionable. Like, gorgeous, obviously, but like clearly a bit of a throwaway look. She looked so beautiful. Like, something about how she does her hair and makeup. I don't know. Usually I have a very different fashion taste than Miss Tuck, but she looks beautiful.
No, this was everything. I think it really was the best one from that. And then
speaking of taste that differs from mine.
The what?
I said, speaking of taste that differs from mine, the biggest, most dramatic train I've ever seen on the runway. Enormous cuffs.
Do you not
which
live?
I lived for, by the way. Of course I live, but like,
okay.
This is very different than like how I would describe. Like, it's phenomenal drag, obviously. It's just like the drag queens that I love are like, let me not say, like, just very different.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But like, obviously, it's gorgeous.
This is
hair choice. I don't know.
Obsessed. I'm obsessed. Like, Shay, I think, had my favorite runway. I mean, all the runway looks were fantastic, but even though Shay had my favorite, I think this is a close second. Like, I am absolutely obsessed with these cuffs that she has going on, and
I love the cuffs.
Just the like tightness of the silhouette, like it is hugging everything, and it looks so goddamn good. And also, that's fucking velvet. And you know she was in that for at least a couple hours, and then under those stage lights, like
shit's so heavy.
That's insane. I hear the criticisms about the hair choice. I personally am fine with it. I do think that it would be like more sickening if it was like a platinum blonde, but I think the orange is great too.
I don't even think it needs to be blonde. Like, I feel like red hair would have worked. But yeah, no. I also hate that she couldn't walk in this. But like, nobody's going home, so it's worth it. I can't imagine wearing that much velvet for that long. She looks very beautiful.
I also I have to say a note, and we've discussed this in the past. I know that there is controversy around this particular queen, but that being said, she is a fucking fantastic drag queen. Like, she is so good at what she does. And so I feel very conflicted because it's like, yeah, she maybe outside of the competition and her performances isn't the best, but she's just so fucking good at this.
Yeah, she also had some wild COVID commentary.
Yeah.
You can look it up for yourself. It's funny to me that the only drama that she is bringing up during this show is drama that could have been like water under the bridge. Nobody had to know about it because it's not even. Never mind.
I just want to be clear. I'm not being a Trinity apologist, but her art is fantastic.
Yeah, her drag is great. Okay, that's enough.
Monet,
X motherfucking change.
My girl.
I love Monet Exchange. I love everything
same.
she does. She should have won season 10. Fuck you.
You think so?
Aquaria? I mean, not necessarily, but for the record, like for all intents and purposes, yes, she should have won.
I was Team Eureka.
Who was Final Four? It was Aquaria.
Eureka, Cameron, Aquaria, and Peppermint. Yeah.
Wait. Eureka, Aquaria. No, Peppermint was on season 9, I thought.
Oh, was she?
Hold on.
No, I think you're
Jesus
right.
Christ.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We gotta move on. Okay,
yeah.
Monet Exchange. This was one of my favorite workroom looks. It's so her. It's like buffalo plaid, into buffalo plaid, almost pussy high boots, with denim cutoffs with exposed pockets and like gold jewelry. It was so cool. I will
tell you the only thing that I don't like about this look is, I mean, first of all, I loved the way that it hugged her waist. It looked so fucking fierce. But the one thing that I'm not crazy about is the buttons and the shirt going down the front of the crotch. Like, I like I like the flare out on the sides. I just don't know why it didn't also flare out in the front, or maybe do like an exaggerated French tuck situation. Because I love the shorts. I thought it was supposed a slutty cutoff
I thought it
short.
was supposed to be. Is it supposed to be? I thought it was supposed to be like a bodysuit. Like a very.
I don't know. I mean, she looks hot.
Bodysuit.
This is just me being like
great.
Minorly nitpicky, but yeah, it was great. And those boots are so fucking cute.
Very cool. Yes. Thank you, Monet.
On the other hand, though, the
Miss Legs for Days.
The Legends look.
Yeah.
It's not giving.
It's a yellow scarf with a belt.
I am gonna boot this one.
I've definitely worn this exact outfit in my bedroom. Like, she of course looks beautiful, but it was definitely a choice. Yeah, those shoes.
It's weird.
I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like those.
I'll say this though, she always looks fucking good in a little pussycat wig. So hot.
Oh yeah, no, she invented them.
Wasn't it her that like did a wig reveal from one pussycat to another? I think that was her.
She did, but I'll tell you, and I don't know if this came before or after Monet did it, but there is this queen I've seen, and god damn it, I wish I knew her name off the top of my head, but she does like one wig reveal to a short wig, and then she does a wig reveal to and she's bald, but then she rips off the bald cap, and there's another wig underneath the bald cap.
Can you believe
the
influence that Roxy Andrews had?
Listen, I don't know if it was before or after Roxy Andrews either. Listen, somebody Google it for me. Wig reveal from. Look up like bald cap. Wig reveal. I don't fucking know. I'll find it.
We'll figure it out later.
Shout out to that queen. Anyway, okay, we gotta move on. Runway look was like a puffer jacket with puffy sleeves and bustle boning on the waist.
Bustle boning.
Bustle boning. And then her crown was like crown, but then also hair as a crown, which is kind of how she had her hair at DragCon.
Oh yeah.
And these like up in beautiful shapes and fun things like that. So,
I love hair sculpture. Fucking love it.
Yeah, I also loved this look. I also thought it was very her.
I have feelings about this look. I don't know. I don't feel like it matches with the hair. I don't think it's a bad look, but I don't feel like it matches with the hair. I'm also like,
Okay,
kind
that's
of
maybe a good
confused with the
point.
color palette because I love the trans flag colors, like the light blue and the pink and the white. I love that palette. However, this is fully a trans color palette, and no one said anything about it, and I just don't know why because it's
Yeah.
so obvious. Like I saw that, I was like, why?
It might have been
Like,
one of those things where she did say it was specifically like for trans representation and it got cut out or something.
oh, okay, true.
But it was an interesting choice for a cis queen to walk out wearing the trans flag and just nobody said anything. But it might have just been an oversight. Either way, she looked cool.
To me, this would be a safe look if we were doing that whole thing. But
and then, like we said earlier, Monet also was one of the top two, and she lip synced to Old MacDonald. She has a pussycat wig and this like cheetah print skater skirt off the shoulder dress. But what kills me about this look for some reason is the silver cross necklace.
I was just gonna say that.
I don't know why that's like my favorite part of this look, and like that fulfills the fantasy for me. That makes it real.
So I think as far as the lip sync looks go, I think Shay had the better one. However, I have to bring attention to the fact that this is Alma, like this could pass for woman in church. You know, like all that's missing is the hat. I mean,
Very.
I don't know if you'd wear like leopard print to church, but it's like she doesn't have the overstated drag jewelry. She doesn't have the overstated makeup. She's just got the little pussycat wig. She's got the little nails. Like it's just really realistic to me. I don't know, but yeah,
I would like to say, in my church going childhood, I absolutely wore cheetah print. I also very distinctly remember wearing a black shirt, a red and black plaid skirt, and fishnet stockings to Sunday morning service.
Oh my God. Were you trying to get dick at Sunday
I've
school?
always been like this. Girl, oh my God. No, I was like 10. Stop.
Oh
I was
my
just a
God.
fashion queen.
Okay, moving on.
That's the kicker too. My grandma bought me that outfit. Okay, yeah, anyway, let's move on.
My girl.
Oh my gosh. Seattle
My
Zone.
girl.
Jinx Monsoon.
This entrance look I'm obsessed with because it literally just feels like she's just been like hanging out in the boudoir, just having a glass of wine and maybe a Virginia Slim, you know? Like
a bright orange wig. So perfect. I so wish that they hadn't brought up on the pit stop the control top pantyhose because I would not have noticed if nobody said anything. But then they said it, and I looked back, and now I'm like, girl, why?
Can I be real?
You do that?
I can't even tell. I don't even know what I'm supposed to look for to tell that that's control top pantyhose.
Well, you can't see in this picture, but it's like when she opens and just the corset and panty, like the like straight across line here that's like darker black than the rest of the and it's like straight line and it should be just the panty line, you know what I mean? So that's what they were talking about, but I wish I had never brought it up because it would have been such a minor thing that I would never noticed. But other than that, she looks beautiful. She was hilarious. And then her not lip sync, legendary. What the fuck's the name of the song? Legends. And she's wearing this like puff sleeve leotard that's dark green and an orange wig.
I like the puff sleeves, but I don't know. This is very like meh look for me.
I liked it. It was very her. On the runway, she looks fucking incredible wearing a crown that's like the rays of the sun, and then she has this big poofy ball gown that has the prints of like your grandmother's rug, but then it's got a slit up the side so that she can show her legs off like Angelina Jolie. And she looks incredible.
I absolutely loved it. I was just scrolling on TikTok the other night, and I came across the person who made this dress had made a video about the process of making the dress. I can't find the video, but I am gonna shout out. Their name is Aster Yang on TikTok. That's ASTORYANG. And it's a
to them.
Gorgeous garment. Oh my God.
I would also like to shouts out to the makeup because I love when people do their lipstick like this and it's like blended into the foundation. Very gorgeous. 10 out of 10. Toot.
Definitely.
Okay. Next is Raj Gemini.
Roger.
The icon, Roger, comes into the workroom as the, what is it, iris of the eye? I don't remember. There's an eyeball around her, and then she's got these ruffly flower things, looking high fashion, legs for days, OG as fuck.
I mean, did anyone expect anything less? This is absolutely, like, this is top tier. This is so fucking good.
I would also like to say that, like, I'm glad Raja came to do this and, like, show these bitches. I may have won, like, 10 years ago in season 3, but, like, I can still take all you bitches.
And I love how excited everyone else is. Like, I can't remember if we talked about this last episode, but when we were at the All-Star 7 panel and Raja was introduced, she literally got a fucking standing ovation. And then she, like, started to cry a little bit. Like, it was...
She did.
There's still so much love for her, and I'm so happy to see it. Because that was a long time ago. Like, a lot of people start watching it, like, season 5 or season 6. A lot of people just totally ignore
Who are
it,
these
like,
people?
first 3 or 4. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I will also say that, like, season 1 was missing for a while, and I just went on Hulu the other day, and, like, season 2 is no longer available. So, like, maybe they don't have access, but also, whatever.
Well, you know, I checked Paramount the other day when I was watching this, and because I remember last year when I first got Paramount to watch All-Star 6 that they didn't have, like, their seasons were kind of all over the place. Like, they didn't have all of them.
And, like, All-Stars 5 was, like, on a different network, and so it was missing from a lot of things, too. You just got to get a VPN, guys. That's the easiest way to do it.
But I will say, Paramount Plus, I'm looking right now, Paramount Plus has seasons 1 through 12 of Drag Race US, and it also has all of the All-Star seasons. The only thing that's still a little sketchy is the untucked seasons. But if you're someone who wants to start from the beginning, get Paramount Plus, and then you can just, like, pirate season 13 and 14 somewhere, or a VPN.
Get a VPN because in America, you will also not be able to watch the episode of season 6 where they lip sync to "Think" by Aretha Franklin because the guy in the makeover sued the show. So
I did not know that.
All right, we got to move on. Yep. Classic lore. Yet another interesting choice for lip sync outfits, although I do love a blunt cut. Everybody loves a blunt cut.
Yeah, love the wig. I have
nothing to say about her verse, nothing to say about her outfit. I do have lots to say about her I'm blanking, Marie Antoinette inspired runway because she was the OG to do that look, and like 5 girls have done it on the runway since her, and she said, let me throw it back. And it's opulent, and it's so much fabric and so much hair and a beautiful skinny crown and gorgeous makeup. And also she said she designed the whole outfit around the shoes, and I respect the fuck out of that because shoes should not be an afterthought.
Retweet to that for sure. I am obsessed. Like, I know that obviously this isn't like what's still in fashion, and that, you know, this is how royalty used to dress like hundreds of years ago, but I love seeing it recreated, like this crazy fucking bush of hair, this like powder white harsh blush, you know, it's so,
I love the makeup,
so good. God,
I love a ruffle.
I love her.
Yeah.
So super toot there.
Definitely. She's the OG.
Last one.
Okay. Last one in the workroom, but certainly not least, we've got the gorgeous Vivian. I love her entrance outfit. I really like the sleeve thing. That's like a corset with disconnected sleeves. And then, you know what? I love a high-waisted black pant. I'm a high-waisted black pant girl myself. And then she has horn hair. So that was fun.
Do you know, I am still not over her DragCon Day 1 look. For those of you listening, go to the Vivian's Instagram and look. It's like this full blue ensemble. She's got these tiny little glasses. It's like it is gorgeous. I also
really beautiful.
I love like a business bitch pants drag situation. Like, don't get me wrong, love a gown, love a dress, you know, love a bodysuit. But there's something about when they do these like powerful pants that is just, oh my God, I love it.
I will say it's kind of wild to watch the old seasons. Like Milk got Red the House down for doing boy drag. Like Kennedy Davenport got Red the House down for doing for thinking about doing a man for Snatch Game, and then it turned out incredible. And now like half the cast did a male character or a genderless character for Snatch Game. On that note, I will say, RuPaul, when the fuck are you gonna let non-queen drag performers on your fucking show? That's all. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
although,
I love the
I
pants,
think
but remember where we came from.
I think it's coming. I think I don't think she can get away with it much longer, because I mean we've seen things change too with like trans contestants and just the style of drag that has started, you know, to be, I don't want to say allowed, but showcased.
No,
I
allowed.
think sometime in the next couple seasons we'll get drag kings. But
well,
anyway,
I also have the theory that RuPaul is retiring very soon. So that's neither here nor there. Nothing else to say about her Legends outfit. It's an interesting bodysuit with interesting patterns, and her verse was fine.
Some
Actually,
weird
her verse
looks
was pretty,
for this
she sang.
number.
Right. I don't have much to say about any of them except for Trinity, who had the best one out of all of them. And then in true Vivian fashion, her runway look was inspired by Vivian Westwood. She also said Van Arpen. I don't know if that's fair. People love to name drop. And then her crown is really like ornate and mixed. Is it supposed to be like, is it made out of hair? I can't tell. I don't know.
I do love the hair and makeup. The rest of this I can't really get into. Like, I can tell that it's
really
art.
like it.
I can tell that it's like, you know, a fashionable garment. I just not my taste. I don't know. But
I love it. I also
nobody,
love this
so.
trend of doing the like half sleeves that start right above your elbow, or like but disconnected from the rest of the dress. I love that trend. I think we saw it on season 14, but I can't remember who did it. Okay, final thoughts on this episode.
I'm just floored at how many fucking good looks there were. Looking at you, Shea Coulee, except for the nude illusion that was not a nude illusion. But like, this season's just gonna be so fucking good. Also, shade maybe. Why did RuPaul perform if RuPaul didn't perform? You know what I mean? Like, it felt like
do not like this new trend of RuPaul performing her songs.
It was like it felt like someone was like, "Hey, this would be a good idea. Like, these are all winners. It's a special season. You should do something special. You should, you know, do a performance."
Well, she did it. Like, she did it on season 14 at one point.
Really?
Didn't she? Catwalk.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
was like,
yeah, I definitely skipped through. I was like, sorry, I don't
just
care.
sit behind the table and look pretty.
Yeah, I know. Just put your sweatpants on.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we have a whole other episode.
Yeah, she was in full drag for this. Although, what I do want to say, what she was wearing was gorgeous. I was really into that. The whole, like, the multicolored jumpsuit situation. I was into it. I don't think it was as hot as her
How Crystal
season
method of
2 runway look, but yeah, I was into it.
Cool. Okay, so next episode we already got Snatch Game. And
the best
runway
fucking
theme,
one we've ever seen.
True. And runway theme was like for her pleather or something. I don't know. It was pleather themed.
Pleather
so
principle.
We're gonna go in the pleather principle. Shout out Mike Tyson. The pleather. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go in the same order as last time. So first up, Shea Coulee doing a deep take because Bob the Drag Queen's original drag name was Kitten with a Whip. So Shea comes out as Kitten with the Whip. But she looks super cool and has like a face bikini, cat ears, like fetish wear with like leather gloves and leather bodysuit and chaps. Not chaps. Are those? I guess they are kind of chaps, aren't they? Yeah, she looks really cool. All white.
Although I think in pit stop they said it was supposed to be pink. I don't know. I'm not gonna say this is a bad look because I don't think Shea Coulee is capable of doing a bad look, but I wasn't really living for this one because, like,
I lived for it.
I don't know. Like, it was hot, but maybe it was because it was just kind of like busy, or I don't know. Because she's so good at doing like such polished drag that this just felt like different. I don't know, but
hard disagree. I loved
yeah,
it.
she was great.
moving right along to Snatch Game, the way it worked this time is in an apology to us for season 14 Snatch Game. They gave us 2 different characters for this Snatch Game. So Shea Coulee's first character was she's a TikToker, I think. Elsa Majimbo, is that how you say her name? I didn't recognize the name, but as soon as she described her, I knew exactly who she was talking about because she's the girl who like wears her fluffy purple bathrobe and she'll make these videos like wearing her little sunglasses. She's got a gap in her teeth and she's just wearing eating potato chips the whole time. Mm-hmm. She's so hilarious, and Shea captured the cadence perfectly, which is like what's so funny about her is just everything she says is like a proclamation, and I'm not going to attempt to impersonate her because I think that would be offensive with how bad I am at accents.
Probably.
But it was very funny.
Yeah, no, she's great.
Sorry, any thoughts?
No, I don't. I mean, there were like, so this was the best Snatch Game that we've seen in a long time, maybe ever, because there wasn't like a single cringe moment there. However, there definitely were some stronger performances than others, and as much as I love Shea, I was not really paying attention to her as much. Like, obviously, I was paying attention to Jinx, and I mean, mostly Jinx. Like, other people had funny moments, but I was mostly paying attention to Jinx. But I mean, yeah, Shea did great. And then
it was a really good characterization, if not the biggest character. So
yeah. And then her other one was Miss J. Alexander from America's Next Top Model.
Yes. Which
and I mean, not
me
from
that
America's Next Top Model.
To, well, that's how I think a lot of people these days would maybe know her from. But I did forget to mention that when they had the Miss Naomi Campbell visiting, RuPaul referred to her as the greatest top model in the world.
I was confused at that.
That shit was on purpose. Because Ru has the phrase supermodel of the world probably copyrighted at this point. Could have said that. She said top model. Intentional shade. And then with Raja being on this season and the whole show being a parody of Next Top Model and then her doing Miss J. Alexander, conspiracy theory brain, ribbons on the walls, Charlie from It's Always Sunny.
Convince yourself.
There's something there. Convince yourself.
That moment though with Shea and Naomi was so heartwarming.
So
and
beautiful.
Also I'm obsessed with not only just seeing people in general like tweeting about it, but like Lizzo tweeted a picture of her like crying as a reaction
her crying
to it.
About
and then
it was a really beautiful
Janelle
moment.
Monáe also tweeted about it.
I know. It was a really sweet moment. Yeah, shout out to that because that was really cool. Back to her Miss J. I thought it was hilarious. She got the like mannerisms exactly right. Also bowl cut had me on the floor. So funny.
I loved the what she was wearing, but it's been a while since I've seen J. Alexander really do anything because I haven't watched Top Model in like 7 or 8 years. And I just don't really keep up with Miss J. Alexander, so I'm not as like current with her mannerisms and her cadence and things like that. But I know that Shea is an incredible performer, so I was like, I'm sure this is good. But like I said, I wasn't really paying attention to Shea as much in this one.
Well, fair. I think she's very good with the subtleties of characterizations. Also, I just remembered she did Flava Flav, and that was incredible.
Oh yeah.
That was so funny. Classic. Okay, next we have my girl Miss Jada Essence. She did a Matrix look with the whole black leather trench coat,
Holy shit.
boot cut pants. I don't know what you call the hairstyle of the like multiple buns, but it's only half up and half down. Oh my god, she looked so good. She looked very cool.
This was probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite runway of the night.
Yeah.
I think it was my favorite runway of the night, actually. She just looks, it's just so good and polished and chic. Again, love pants. Love them.
Yeah. She looks really cool.
No, she looks so hot.
Yeah. Speaking of pants and boy drag, and then she did Prince. I don't know about you. I had to pause for a second because she looked fucking good. She looked good. She looked I was like, Miss Essex? Miss Hall, if you're nasty.
But her fucking
It
mouth
was
thing that she kept
not a
doing.
good impersonation at all.
No.
But it was extremely hilarious to watch, and she looked fucking good. So
Yeah, I think Michelle said she was like, so here's the thing, your prince was not good, but I think at some point you realized that and just started being stupid, and when you did that is when it got really funny, and I wholeheartedly agree. It was, love her.
Yeah, because like you can't drag up Prince because his whole thing is that he's like subtly extravagant. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. He's like doing drag, kind of. Not like girl drag, but
the
not
original
boy
drag
You
queen.
know what I mean?
The drag queen formerly known as Prince. Yes. So that was hilarious. And then her second Snatch game was the Lady Chablis, which I'm sorry, I don't know anything about her except that she's a trans actress.
I think so. Now I may be wrong, but I think that she was in. I think I've only seen one movie that she was in, and this had to have been more than like 10 years ago. But after my dad moved out and got his like own apartment, for whatever reason, we just started watching a bunch of John Cusack movies, and one of them was Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And I'm like 99% sure Lady Chablis was in that.
She was that, and I think that's her like one like kind of that she's most known for. I think I don't.
People don't like talk about the fact that she was a Black trans woman who was like a very public performer and got booked in like, you know, movies and stuff in the like 70s, 80s, and 90s. Like, that was a long time ago in terms of like social commentary and okayness, quote unquote, with transness, especially as a Black trans woman too. Like, but
True.
Jada looked absolutely gorgeous as Lady Chablis.
She did.
Stunning.
She did. I don't remember anything about her performance or what they said about it, but she looked really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Next up we have resident weeb, Evie Oddly.
Evelyn
Oddly. Her pleather look was like blow up pigtails, like superhero manga.
Yeah, it was.
Thing.
I'm not an
and she had a
anime or manga girl, but I thought this was cute. I loved that. I don't think I've seen anyone do like a blow up hairpiece before, and so I thought it was cute. It was like the ensemble was very well put together.
Her makeup was cool
very
too.
her. Yeah.
She, for some God knows reason why, did Rico Nasty. She looked cool.
Yeah, she looked great.
I don't follow Rico Nasty on social media. I don't know her outside of her songs.
Neither do I.
So maybe she does act like that. But I get the sense that it was maybe not the most accurate.
It like it was not the best Snatch game of the night for sure. But it was still better than season 11.
Yeah.
Although I think her second Snatch game with the Boogeyman, I think that's really where she started to like hit the stride for this one. But like, I mean, like I said before,
it's also
there was not really a bad performance up there. There was just like stronger ones than others.
Yeah.
But like, there was not a cringe moment. It was not bad. I didn't want to like look away or skip or you know.
Yeah. So speaking of then her next Snatch game, she impersonated the Boogeyman.
Except she had a very fun take on it.
Yeah, she was like I wish I remembered the name of the villain in Princess and the Frog. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't remember his name either.
I do believe, in my very limited knowledge of this, that he was based off of Aloha from Voodoo Religions. I don't remember the name of it, but the God of the Crossroads, I believe. So yeah, it seemed a little bit based on that, but then also like 70s like Saturday Night Fever a little bit. She looked
I loved
cool,
the moment when
funny.
she like turned the nameplate around and it said Boogeyman, like Boogey man, and then she turned it and it was Boogie, it was like Disco funny. Boogie. It was the thing about Evie is like, yes, she's queen of the queerdos and she has that like weird chaotic vibe, but she's fucking smart and she does these little details. Same thing with the crayon thing, the crown, you know, whatever. Like it's these little details
that was very
that
funny.
I think a lot of people forget about with her, but like I love her.
I wonder, like, does it make it easier or harder to do like a Snatch Game character that like isn't real? You know?
Yeah, I don't
you don't
know.
have anything
I
to base it
also
off of.
they kind of took some liberties here too, because like they're supposed to do real people, but
Do they
I
have
felt
to
like,
though? Like, has
yeah,
that ever been
they
a
have to
stated
do.
rule?
Yeah, because they can't do fictional characters because of copyright stuff. But what a lot of them do as a workaround is
No, they
they'll
can't
like
do. They can't do.
what?
No, you finish your sentence. Go ahead.
What a lot of them will do as a workaround, which I think is what Vivian did, is they'll do like this real person.
Well, you say you're
but
playing
one
Kathy
of that
Bates, but
person's
you're
character.
you're actually yes.
Yeah.
You so, but no. What I'm saying is, has RuPaul ever stated that you have to do a real person? You just can't do copyrighted characters. You can do a fictional character.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think they just can't be someone else's IP.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Does it make it easier or harder to do like a character that doesn't exist, where you're not basing your character off of a celebrity impersonation?
I mean, for me personally, it would probably make it easier to do something more open-ended because I'm not super good at impersonations. But if I did something like, this super queer take on Lucifer, then, I could probably do more with it and potentially even be funnier than if I were to do like a real person.
True.
But I think it depends on the queen. I think it depends on, the character, all that.
Yeah. I think it was a really interesting choice.
The devil, though.
So next up, we have Trinity the Tuck Taylor, also doing like a ski bunny puffer vest look with a super cute like side ponytail that I loved. And her first Snatch Game character was Lucy, short for Lucy Fur. Mm-hmm. And it was a gay demon.
I have one thing to say about the runway look, though. I loved all of it, except for the fact that the side pony didn't match the base wig. They were different shades. But other than that, I thought it was
never see a girl that let her roots grow out?
Yeah, but this isn't that.
This is the blue version of that. If your hair was naturally growing blue, your dark roots would be a darker blue than your bleached blue.
They're two different.
Okay.
Anyway.
I liked it. I'll tell you what sent me to the alternate dimension during her Snatch Game for some reason is her waving like this.
Oh, yeah. She, again,
just with the wrist
I feel so
wave.
conflicted because she's such a great performer. And, like, she can actually be really funny sometimes. Now, like, Lucifer was good.
Sometimes she makes me cringe, but I like her drag. Sometimes.
Leslie Jordan was where it's at, which I wanna say also.
Funny.
A few episodes back, you had said something about like, why aren't the girls doing more prosthetics? They're doing prosthetics this season.
There you go.
They're doing the prosthetics. And
exactly.
This was her Leslie Jordan was so fucking. But I mean, I love Leslie Jordan.
So good.
I love his he's just so funny, and the fact that she already had that Southern accent to work with.
Exactly, because that's like half of doing Leslie Jordan is being able to do that accent.
Mm-hmm.
If
what
you
are
can't
y'all
do
doing?
A good Southern accent.
Screwing.
Yeah, if you can't do that accent, like give up. But I don't know if you saw that Trinity the Taylor tweeted. She was, because this was filming, I think around the time that season 14 was filming. She said they told her originally they were like, you're not going to be able to do Leslie Jordan because a season 14 queen is doing Leslie Jordan. That season 14 queen was Cornbread. And so Cornbread got 10 early. So then they told her, okay, you can bring it just in case, whatever. So once Cornbread got
I saw the
they
tweet,
were like, okay,
but I didn't know
that again.
that Cornbread was the season 14 queen who was going to do it.
Yeah,
but
Cornbread had tweeted
I'm
a
glad
while
that she
back
got to do it.
a picture. She had tweeted a while back that she was going to do Leslie Jordan, which I'm sure would have been hilarious, but she never got the chance to. But yeah, Trinity did an incredible job. It was so funny.
Okay. Moving on to Monet Exchange.
Monet Exchange. For one thing, I think this was my favorite pleather runway look. It was
I'm obsessed.
A strapless leather gown, but like the top half is like shaped out to be like 6-pack abs, and then there's a big
girl. That's an 8-pack. With titties.
I got a liberal arts degree and it wasn't in math, okay? But yeah, I
love this bow
really
too.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love the
An
bow.
absolutely huge bow at the waist. It's like,
and the color looks really beautiful on her.
yeah,
I think
Jada's and this look are my two favorites of the night. I think this is just, it's so great because like, not only is the silhouette gorgeous, especially with the bow, but like you've got this very, very masculine torso, but then you have this snatched itty bitty waist, and then you've got this huge bow, which is like, you know, a pretty standard symbol for like femininity. So it's like, I don't know. I love it. I love it. Oh,
yeah, it was really beautiful. And for her first Snatch game, she does Mike Tyson.
What is it she said? She was like, I want to fuck you in the ass.
She sure did say that very many times. Do you want me to tell you my favorite part about her Mike Tyson? Is that instead of actually drawing his tattoos, she just took a Sharpie and just scribbled lines on the side of her face. I know. And that's the thing. It read. I knew exactly who it was because with that and the gap, I knew exactly who she was supposed to be.
No, yeah, it was really funny. I think it was funnier than her second one.
Yeah.
But I also don't really follow either of these people closely.
Well, so her second one was, this is another case of doing a copyrighted character. She did Martin Lawrence, but was doing Shanae from Martin. It was funny. I never watched Martin, but it was funny.
Yeah.
But her Mike Tyson made up for it. So.
Yeah, her Mike Tyson was great.
Okay.
Next up, my other girl.
God damn. Queen
Moment
of the Snatch game.
Moment of silence and respect for the fact that no one can do Snatch game like Jinx Monsoon. No one, except for maybe like Ben de la Creme. But, you know.
Yeah. So her runway look was fine. It was very her. It was like seafoam green and bright pink. It was the exact color scheme of the living single apartment. Of course, like wearing a Cinderella gown, but it's all pleather. It's very Jinx. Her first impersonation, Natasha Lyonne, right on point, perfectly encapsulates her queer-coded characters, even though she herself is very straight. Also, don't tell mom the cheerleader's a lesbian. Sent me to the fucking moon.
Such a fucking good choice, too. Like, Jinx and Natasha, they don't have the exact same energies, except for the fact that they're both, like, chaotic, Jewish,
redheads,
queer. I mean, Natasha is not queer, but, like, she's honorary queer. Like, I feel like if she could be,
no, she's not.
You know what
no,
I mean?
Okay, no, we don't get. No, we're not crowning straight people honorary queer. She just plays a lot of queer-coded characters, but has specified that she's straight, so we're not crowning her anything. But very funny impersonation of her. Yeah, and also Natasha Lyonne commented on it. I was like, Jinx.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I love to see. However, the real performance of the night was her second one.
Yep. Jinx as Judy Garland is probably the best celebrity impersonation I have ever seen in my entire life.
I think the only other one that I'm thinking of that like kind of almost measures up to that is when Jujubee did Eartha Kitt. Because that was also really good. But this was top tier. When she called him Broom. She said Broom.
Listen, I am a connoisseur of I am a friend of Dorothy. Okay, I love Judy Garland. I had posters of her. This impersonation was so good. Also, nothing made me realize that Jinx's eyes are kind of close together, like her doing a Judy Garland impression, because Judy Garland's eyes are like the opposite. It was spot on. The singing, the way that she forced her jokes. She didn't wait for Rue to ask her something. She said, "By the way, is this my do you mind if I sing a song?" Like,
well, and then said, also,
no, this will be my Snatch game.
That when Rue was like, "What is over the rainbow?" and she said, "Well, it's a set, Rue.
It's a set. There's nothing. There's not. It's a set. It's not real."
Nothing, darling.
Perfect Snatch game. Perfect impersonation. She also threw it back a decade when she absolved Dave of having
Oh my god, I know. Her. Oh my god.
What in God's name?
This is Snatch Game was built for Jinx Monsoon.
Full
Jinx Monsoon alone.
Circle. Full circle.
God
so
damn,
hilarious.
She's so funny.
In the moment of realization when Michelle realizes who she's talking about. Like, oh my god, like I can't think of a more deserving winner than Jinx Monsoon. This was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah. Well, and everyone knew that going into it, I think, too. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, imagine even if you're like a really funny, really talented queen and you're doing Snatch Game with Jinx Monsoon, you're like, well,
I think Shea Coulee tweeted like something like, yeah, they just kept the camera on her the whole time because we couldn't keep it together because everybody else was just laughing so hard, and I fully believe that.
Yeah, I do not blame them.
Just unbelievable. Okay, enough about Jinx. Next up is Raj Gemini. Her pleather look, she said, was 70s glam rock inspired. I totally see it. Very Mark Bolan, very David Johansen, like leather, a ruffle, red jacket, and a feather fascinator, and a blue miniskirt with like platform red shoes. I don't even know. I fucking loved this look. I thought it was so cool. Very her.
So here's what I'm gonna set up, and this is the rule that I'm gonna hopefully follow for the rest of our coverage of All Star 7. I do not think I'm legally allowed to boot Raja. I don't think that's something that's possible.
You can't boot the inventor of the boot.
Exactly. That being said, what I'm going to say instead is I do not get this look. What
do you mean you don't get it? It looks cool.
I mean, I've never been like a huge fashion girl. I haven't paid attention to fashion trends throughout the ages, except for like the 80s and the early 2000s and 90s and stuff. But same thing with Vivian's runway look from episode 1. It's like, looking at this, I can tell that it's art and I can tell that it's good. But for me, since there wasn't anything in the look that like resonated with me, I was just like, eh.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna I can't.
I don't know. I loved it.
Legally cannot boot Raja. Legally cannot do that.
No, you can't. I loved it. I love the fact that she specifically said the year 1974. Like, you get it, girl. That's the year horses came out. Like, I'm with you, girl. I love this look regardless, though. I thought it was really cool. The one thing I don't get is the little red triangle looked like a Superman badge to me for a minute. Didn't get that. Okay, her first character was Madame. Full disclosure, don't know who this is. She's a puppet that was on a show.
So I did a little bit of Googling about who some of these people were so that we didn't sound like idiots. The only thing...
Us?
I know, right? Oh, fucking goddamn. I just got a text from Amazon that said a delivery was attempted, but that no one could pick it up, which is... It doesn't matter. Anyway, so Madame is like, she was a puppet from the 70s and 80s that this guy did, who I think she was supposed to be like, you know, kind of, I don't want to say classy and nasty, but like classy and nasty, you know what I mean? But that's literally all I know.
The Mae West of puppets.
Yeah. She looked great. And she also posted on her Insta, she posted a process of the making the prosthetic, which... This is like full facial prosthetic. This is so good. And then she had the little sticks on the arms. Yeah.
The sticks on the arms sent me over the edge. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very good. And she got to like show her like makeup skills. Yeah, it was very cool. Very good choice.
Speaking of makeup, her makeup for Diana Freeland was fierce.
Her next character was Diana Freeland from the OG editor, I think, of Vogue. Fashion icon.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't somebody try to do her in a past season and like didn't do very well? Maybe. I think it was on an international season. I can't remember. This was hilarious, and she did makeup to make her eyebrows kind of like permanently up done, like the Aquaria and Miss Cracker drama. What are you inspired by? Purple mittens. Chef's kiss. Hilarious. Yeah.
I gotta say, this is another one that I didn't really pay attention to, especially because in the second round of Snatch Game, the only one that I could pay attention to was Jinx. Yeah,
it was all Jinx. Yeah,
but that's no shade to Raja, obviously. Yeah, true.
Still insanely good Snatch Game character. But yeah, I mean, Jinx and Trinity were kind of the standouts of this round.
Trinity being a standout in Snatch Game, who knew?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, her whole character arc was like, didn't think she was funny, and then now she's like fully comedy pageant queen, so good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last but certainly not least, we have UK's own La Vivienne. Did big ass shoulders, like mini dress with big ass platforms, and like the platforms are kind of like mimic the shoulders, in scale, and she's got a pleather, what, like captain's hat? I don't know. She looks fucking cool. I really like this look. I haven't seen it getting a lot of attention, but I think it's really cool.
This is, yeah, like, Monet's and Jada's were definitely my top two favorites, but this was closely right behind them because, I mean, we talked about this with Deja, but like, I love an exaggerated shoulder pad, and the silhouette that
David
it creates
Byrne
for her
cover.
was so good, and these shoes, I'm obsessed with the shoes too. Like, I don't know, I'm not a red person also, but I feel like I don't know if this would work if it wasn't red. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it looks better because it's red, but. Yeah, no, people haven't been talking about
Are
it,
you
but
red?
it's really good.
Are you red?
Remember when we saw Alaska do that?
I sure do. Can't think about it too hard. I'll maybe tear up. Moving right along, her first Snatch game was a British person, named Joanna Lumley.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who that is. Didn't look it up. Did you? Sorry.
I
she's
did
a British
look
actress
it
or
up.
talk show host or something.
Where did I put it? Fuck. So yeah, she's a British actress, and I think this was when they put the subtitles there. Yeah.
Yes.
Which I thought was so funny.
That was so funny. Did you look up who
but
she
I mean,
was or
this
no?
is the, huh?
Did you look up who she was or no?
Yeah, she was just
Joanna
an
Lumley.
actress, but this is,
Okay.
I mean, this is one of those moments, and I think Michelle might have said that, or someone said this, I don't know, with her being a British queen, no, it was Nicole Byer who said it, with her being a British queen, her references are going to be different, and so sometimes it's going to fall a little flat, which sucks, because, like, you can tell that's a good performance, but, like, I don't know who this person is, so I wasn't paying as much attention to it. But, like, I know that Vivian is incredible at impersonations, like, we all remember her Donald Trump.
Yep.
So, like,
well, that's the thing, and like her Catherine Tate impression, like the only I know Catherine Tate in name only because she was like the companion of the 10th Doctor or something. I don't know. I never got super into Doctor Who, but like even just watching this impersonation, like I feel like I've seen that British woman before. You know, it was a good character, regardless if I know who the character is specifically. Like, it was a good characterization. It was very
Catherine
spot
Tate
on whatever she was doing.
So fucking funny. I don't know if it's still running because I never watched BBC, but she had a variety show, like a sketch variety show, that was mostly
Catherine
just her doing different characters and fucking around. Like, one of her, I think, more famous sketches is the whole "But am I bothered though? But am I bothered? But am I bothered though? Yeah, but am I bothered?" You know. And then also, she was on The Office, not the British Office, but she was on the U.S. Office in like the later, like I think the last 2 or 3 seasons. She played Nellie, and she's just so funny.
Nice.
Yeah, but I didn't know who this character was that she was doing, because when I saw that she was doing Catherine Tate, I was like, oh fuck yeah, I love Catherine Tate, but I don't know enough about Catherine Tate to know who this character was, but it was a good performance.
So our top 2 All-Stars were Jinx Monsoon and Trinity,
Naturally.
but Trinity had been blocked the week prior, so she doesn't get a pin, right? But she can still get the $10,000. Right. But she doesn't, because they lip sync and Jinx wins, and the lip sync song is what's Rumor Has It by Adele, which was fun but very interesting in comparison to last week's lip sync song, which was again Old MacDonald.
The variety on these lip sync songs is insane.
Yes. So then Jinx wins the lip sync and blocks Shay. Is that right? Blocks Shay, which
I think was the smart choice.
Yeah, if you're in the business of blocking your toughest competition, Shay is probably your toughest competition. So there you go.
Well, and Jinx also said, she was like, I think she used a baseball analogy for it, but she was basically like, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to take it. Because she was like, I don't know how many times I'm going to have the opportunity. I'm going to play this to my advantage every time that I get, or every chance that I get. Which, I mean, I love Shay. And, I think I think Shay's going to make it all the way. But I think it was a smart move on Jinx's part. I would have done the same thing.
And that's the first 2 episodes of All-Star 7. Woo!
So
Any last
before
thoughts?
before we wrap things up, I want to know who your top 4 are because for our listeners, the structure of how this season is working, if you don't already know. So like we said, no one is going home, but what's happening is at the end, the 4 queens with the most badges are the top 4, and then just like in normal seasons, I guess more recently, but they're going to do a lip sync Lollapalooza for the top 4, which will narrow it down to a top 2 and then a winner. And so I'm curious to know who your top 4 are.
Shay, Monet, Jinx, and Raja.
Literally everyone has that exact same top 4. Like all the tweets.
Like I'm
I've
not
seen,
sure if there's another possible answer.
I mean, they're all really strong queens, and they all could, I mean, they have won before. That's the whole thing. But like, I think out of this group specifically,
but they didn't win as well as Shay, Monet, Jinx, and Raja.
Yeah.
I just think like in terms of like growth from the original season, just like having created an entire like a very strong brand for themselves, like I think it's those 4.
Yep, I agree. Okay, really quick because we've been doing this for so long. What are you into this week?
Shit.
Really?
Shit.
That's gross.
I yesterday re-skipped through seasons 2 and 3 of Dragula. Fucking classic reality television. Everybody should watch them. That's what I'm into.
Nice. I have 2 things that are both minor. First of all, as you know, I don't know
oh my God.
I talked about it last week, but I haven't been talking on the pod about it as much as I have been in real life. But I'm obsessed with Heartstopper, and it just got renewed for 2 more seasons, which is so exciting. And it's interesting that you brought up Doctor Who earlier because the girl that plays Elle in Heartstopper, her name is Yasmin something. She is going to be on the next season of Doctor Who as his like Rose person, and
the new companion.
First of all, I don't know, I can't remember if there's been a black companion before, but this is a black trans girl as his companion on this like legendary show, so that's huge. Love that for her.
Well, there's a couple seasons missing and lost forever, so you never know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't think they have black companions.
And then the other thing I'm into is how my coworkers this week low-key stopped someone from potentially getting trafficked. There was this like girl who came into the store with this guy. I wasn't here for this, but there's this girl who came into the store with this guy, and the security guy picked up on it immediately, like because she was looking kind of uncomfortable or whatever, and the guy was like low-key like just pulling her around the store, and he was like, get whatever you want, I'll buy you whatever, and she was like, oh, okay, thanks, ha ha ha, because she didn't know this guy. He had literally just like found her on the street and like went into the store with her, and then they like went up to the register, and I can't remember if she asked for something else or if he offered to go get something else, but he like left her at the register to go grab something else, and then one of my coworkers who is just this like super super sweet guy, he asked her, he was like, are you okay? And she was like, visibly upset and scared and whatever, so they immediately just pulled her into the back of the store, held her there for like 20-30 minutes, and then like diffused the situation. And I was like, oh my God, like first of all it's terrifying, but second of all, like way to go, especially on behalf of like, because I mean this guy who's like super sweet that I work with, he's like, I don't know, 19 or 20 and in college, and he's like kind of jockey, but he like totally saved the day. So
yeah, good instincts on that part, on their part.
He's also a Gemini.
That does remind me, I have worked for multiple hotel brands, and well, 2, and both of them, when we have to do the mandated human trafficking training, it boils down to you should look for these signs of trafficking because it can make the brand look bad.
Oh my God.
Not because you could help somebody.
Not because we're like one of the first points of reference to potentially a trafficked person, but because it can make the brand look bad.
Capitalism,
Shouts
America.
out to your coworker.
The money in the brand is more important than the human life.
Shout
and on
out
that
to your
note,
coworker.
have we quibbled? I didn't do that at the top of the. I didn't do that at the top of the episode. Damn.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a rough week. Okay.
Yeah, there's been a lot going.
Yes. Follow us on
okay.
Twitter for some real journalism.
Yes. So we thank you all so much for listening. For those of you that have, if you want to keep in contact with us and know when new things are coming out, you can follow us on Instagram at Mutable Immutables. You can follow us on Twitter at ImmutablesPod. You can find us on YouTube also at Mutable Immutables. We are available on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, maybe other platforms, but I don't know who uses other platforms. And we are not at all affiliated with RuPaul or World of Wonder or Drag Race or anything like that. We're just a couple of fans.
Fully unauthorized amateur journalists.
Yep, journalista, evangelista.
I'm hoping that everybody knows when I say that we're journalists, my tongue is firmly planted in cheek.
Although we fully could have gotten press passes.
Okay, that's all.
For DragCon.
Next time.
Okay. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Bye.
Oh, they can't see me. Bye.